Okay, so I'm live right now. I don't think there's anybody online yet, but I think people will probably see and come on in a little while. So let me share with you my screen so this way you know what the topic is that I want to talk about because I've had this on my mind for actually a long time, but now I finally got the energy together to do my usual rant and raving about this subject specifically. So, this is the subject, and this is something that affects me in a way, not really, but it kind of affects me. How you doing, Mopar Randy, Nathaniel Rudolph? What's up? Um, okay, I see I got a couple people already in here. Do me a favor,
How you doing, Mopar Randy?
like the stream, share it, and this, that, and the other. Because I need to get this one off my chest because this one's been here for a while. God knows what I'm going to say because none of this shit is rehearsed. Okay. So the name of this article, sex work prosecution changes in New York are a welcome step, but not enough. So let's understand what's happening here. So first of all, I want to put it in context, especially for the guys on the manosphere who actually, are subscribed to me, and the guys who didn't get a chance to speak or didn't get a chance to speak freely beyond just sending in super chats and chats. A little while ago, I was in this what is it called? I was in this I guess you could call it a panel, because apparently everybody's doing panels now. It's like you've got a bunch of people who suddenly jumped on YouTube, saw a couple of people getting super chats, and they said, you know what? I think I can do that too. And there's a whole lot of them. And the thing about it is everybody has decided that they're the next fucking Ricky Lake, basically. And then you get teams of them. So now there's more than one Ricky Lake. So it's basically like Ricky Lake and Oprah sitting together deciding what the flow of events is going to be. So let me just first of all share this stream just so you understand what we're talking about. So I was on a panel a little while ago, and I left the link to this stream. And the reason why I left the link to this stream was because this way, if you ever felt like actually listening to this psychobabble bullshit, you could actually go back and you could listen to this psychobabble bullshit. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So basically, I'm going to make it as simple as possible. What you have is a sex worker who's advocating for sex worker rights and this, that, and the other, which pretty much is coming alongside New York, which has just basically claimed that they're going to try to decriminalize sex work. I'm going to read that article in a second. Now, Ramil did a channel a little earlier that I shared in my community chat, and he was talking about the fact that sex workers were being decriminalized. And not only that, he was also talking about a situation with somebody called Blueface. I think it's a rapper named Blueface. And he had like a R. Kelly type situation in today's TMZ where he had women living up in his house and this, that, and other. But here we go. So basically, I was on this panel and I got myself kicked off. And I'm actually proud to say it. I took a very anti-prostitution legalization stance. See, the thing that you got to understand is the way liberal feminism works is it tries to change the language. You can never allow them to change your language. I am a product of the 80s. Most of the words that we used in the 80s, I still use to this day because I'm a product of the 80s. That's when I was socialized. The problem is whenever a child is socialized, whatever the era that they're born up in, that will be the era to which the vocabulary and the lingo is sticking to that specific child because that's what they learned, that has imprinted on them. What they are trying to do is they are trying to take away the word prostitution and they are trying to use the word sex work to fill in for the word prostitution. This also includes Instagram, how should I say, prostitutes, and this also concerns the ones who are on OnlyFans, right? So basically, you're talking mostly women. There are some men involved in it, but there's mostly women. And they realize that once they go into this line of work, that men no longer take them seriously. They realize that they cannot easily get loans anymore. Now, granted, most banks right now, they'll give a loan to a D- student. They don't give a shit because they're going to rape you so bad when it comes to interest rates. They don't care whether you take a loan or not. But if you do take one, it's more advantageous to them to give it to you, even when they know you can't possibly pay it back. Now, the issue ultimately comes when you take a look at people like Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa did a handful of porno videos, and she thinks that she deserves to still be taken seriously despite the fact that she's a porn star. What they don't understand, and what a lot of these liberal feminists don't get, is that they don't take you seriously as a sex worker. They call you a prostitute, number one. They'll call you a whore at worst, but they call you a prostitute at best. And that's actually the legal term. But now they're trying to change the laws because they want to be able to keep their level of, how should I say, pride, despite the fact that this is morally reprehensible. It is carrying communicable diseases, even though they want to spread this lie about how safe it can be. First of all, safe sex is really a lie. Most of the physical contact, yeah, you might be able to stop a lot of that with a condom. You might be able to stop unwanted pregnancies with a condom, but there is a failure rate. And on top of that, there are STDs that spread anyway, just by being in close proximity to somebody. Like, for instance, crabs. You can get crabs. They jump from one person to another. So anyway, I don't even want to belabor that point too much. But this was the panel that I was on. I left a link to it. I got kicked off of this panel because I was arguing with this liberal feminist who herself said that she does not live by the Bible, and she said that she's not pro-marriage. So right there, I already know what I'm dealing with. Now, in fact, let me show you who I'm talking about. Now, I'll tell you, you know how Kevin Samuels rates women? He tells them to rate themselves from 1 to 10, but they can't use 7. Well, let me show you the person that I was arguing with, just so you understand. So she doesn't believe in the Bible because that's the white man's words. She doesn't believe in, marriage, because that's the white man's teachings is marriage. So now this is what she said. Now, you can go back and you can listen to it. You can tell me I'm lying. I ain't lying. So this is the person who I'm arguing with. And they put a link to the Instagram because apparently I was supposed to go here and be blown away. Now, ATL Lantra. Now, there's somebody quick to point out, okay, so you rate this person. You can do a 1 to 10 for me. I'm not even going to do it myself. You do it for me. So you rate this person on a 1 to 10, but you can't use 7. That's Kevin Samuels. The great Kevin Samuels teaches us that if a woman is allowed to use the 7, that she'll always use the 7 because she doesn't want to say that she's too high, and she doesn't want to say, okay, well, I've got Mopar Randy right here. Mopar Randy says 3. Okay, I've got Canis Lupus. Oh, by the way, before you rate her, remember, she has a degree in sociology, and she knows more than you do. So because she has a sociology degree and she considers herself a sex worker, not only that, she's a sex worker counselor. Keep that in mind. So before you give her a rating, just keep those things in mind. Okay, so we got a 3, we got a 4. Do I have any 2s in the house? I don't know. I'm not rating. I'm not doing it. So anyway, this is what I'm arguing right here. This right here. And by the way, let me just say this. Nose rings disgust me. They really do. Tongue rings disgust me. Nose rings disgust me. I've had female... what is it called? Oh, you said, if you look in the description, you'll see the IG. The IG is in the description for this video. Nose rings disgust me. Unless you are an African woman who just Mr. Blacktop, he said -2. Goddamn. So unless you're an African woman whose daily activities include like killing live animals in order to cook them and make them for the family, nose rings disgust. Like if I could deal with a real African woman, but not this fake Hotep with all these Egyptian words that you don't understand, wannabes. I don't understand none of that stuff. So, oh shit. This guy said 10 minus 8. I think that equals 2, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, this is what I was arguing with. And I was arguing with this person for all of about like 2 minutes before I was kicked off the panel. Because obviously I took the exact same attitude I'm taking now. Now, despite the fact that she talked for 2 whole hours, and tried to run at the last minute to stop people from being able to levy the same criticism that they were leveling in the comment section, 2 whole hours went by, and I'm sitting on my rage listening to this insanity. 2 whole hours pass by, and as soon as I get in there, I think I might have been talking for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I got my ass kicked. And I couldn't hold back. I knew I was going to get kicked. I couldn't hold it no more. Because when Kevin Samuels says psychobabble bullshit, this is what he's talking about. Liberal feminists have already destroyed America. They have put us on a path to absolute collapse. And now they want to make prostitution legal. So you mean to tell me, first of all, you know why there's so many single family households? You know why there's so many single moms? It's because women have become horrible. That's the reason why me personally, I will fly to the other side of the world and I will get a female from the poorest country I can find before I would settle down. I would never marry an American woman, ever. Because first of all, the vast majority of marriages end in divorce. Number 2, the vast majority of these women are trying to figure out a way to get into your wallet. But the thing that bothers me is you guys are so goddamn lonely because y'all don't understand that you can get yourself a passport and you can go get yourself a real woman. Y'all are so lonely that you continue to put money in their pockets. You continue to have women with these women. You continue to have children with these women who you're not married to. The great Kevin Samuels teaches us, marry before you carry, right? Here's the problem. I would argue that you can't marry these women. I have an uncle right now. I'm not going to name names. He decided and by the way, he's rich. And when I say rich, yeah, he's rich. Rich. He decided that he wasn't going to go for one of these American women. He flew down to the Dominican Republic. He got himself a wife. He brought her back here, had 3 children, very good friends with the family. They are very happy. Gigantic fucking house. They got listen, I can't make this shit up. The biggest fucking house on the goddamn block. They are living so big that if you drove past his house or if you went into his house and you saw how they living, you think they're goddamn movie stars. So anyway, flew to another country, Dominican Republic, got himself a chick 14 years younger than himself. He was, they got married in 2011. He's like He's 53 this year. She's my age. She's 39, turning into 40 this year, right? If you marry an American woman, you're setting yourself up for disaster. The vast majority of marriages with American women in general end up in divorce. That's the sad thing about it. Now, there are some women who don't believe in divorce, Catholics, this, that, and other. There are some religions, Islam, the Jews mostly, they don't. I appreciate them. They are showing you the way it's supposed to be. Most of them do not get divorced. They get married. Some of them even get married before they have sex, so they make sure that they don't have children prior to marriage. They get married. They stay married. They build wealth. Meanwhile, the Black manosphere is arguing every single day why they ain't got no money. Let me tell you why. I'm going to say it again. The reason you ain't got no money is because your parents didn't leave you anything. That's the reason. The Jews, the Asians, all my Chinese friends, all of them, when their kids get married, they basically give their kids of their first house if they don't already have a house when they get married. How do they afford that? It's because they have one house, they pay it off because they know that's the best investment that they've got in this country. They have one house, they pay that house off, that house goes to their kids. They have a second house in Florida because they moved down to where it's warm because they can. And then they have a second house, and then they live in that house till they die, and that goes to their kids too. Guess what? They're not paying rent. They're not paying a mortgage. You're busy paying rent. You're busy paying a mortgage. The best investment that you could possibly make for intergenerational wealth transfers is a house. You're leaving this to your kids so that they don't have to struggle as hard as you did. People complain that they're not wealthy. The reason why you're not wealthy is because the generation before you didn't sacrifice to give you a debt-free living. When my parents die, both of their houses are going to me. When I get those houses, I'm going to rent them shits until I have my own children, and when I die, my children will be as smart as I am to understand how to maintain that. They will live rent free. They will live mortgage free based on my suffering. That's what it takes to build intergenerational wealth. But some of y'all don't want to hear that. And I don't blame you, because you're being force-fed bullshit by people just like this. A goddess, Amina. You ain't no damn goddess. In fact, there was a picture that I wanted to use as my man. Look at this nose ring shit. Oh my God. Every time I see that, it makes me upset. It really does. There's a photo she got right here. Where is this photo? Sex work is God's work. Y'all know goddamn well that in the Bible, sex work ain't no damn God's work. Mary Magdalene may have been a prostitute, but I don't even think she was a prostitute. Apparently, because of the Da Vinci Code, they say that she may have been Jesus' wife and that people were lying about her in the history books in order to make it seem like she was a prostitute. That may be true. I don't know, because I wasn't there. Bottom line is, because of this, and the great Kevin Samuels, from now on, I'm going to refer to Kevin Samuels just like we refer to Elijah Muhammad. I'm going to refer to him as the Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us. The Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us that this psychobabble bullshit is what's destroyed the black community. It's what has led to the illegitimacy. They talked for 2 hours, tried to blame the whole thing on black men not being. First of all, the Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us that more than 80% of all divorces are filed by women. So it's not the men breaking these homes. It's not the men leaving these homes. The Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us that this psychobabble bullshit has led to the collapse of the black community. But let me tell you something else. If you're a white man and you're listening to the sound of my voice, liberal feminism is destroying whites too. That's right. The white man is being taken down by liberal feminism too. How many names can you point out of white men being taken down by the Me Too movement? How many? And these were otherwise gainfully employed white men, as well as black men like Bill Cosby, who had some woman try to weasel their way into their pockets. And when they couldn't get in, then that's when all of a sudden the lawsuits come. That's when all of a sudden the allegations come. It's disgusting. And it's this psychobabble bullshit coming from these fake gurus. You know how I keep going on and on about fake gurus? This is a fake. Take a good look. That's a fake guru right there. Take a good goddamn look. That right there is a fake guru. This is your sex worker fake guru. This is what you're dealing with. This is what is filling women's minds with psychobabble bullshit. She wouldn't last a minute on the Honorable Kevin Samuels show. I didn't last 3 minutes arguing with her because they had the block button or the mute button or the disconnect button. So I got myself kicked. And you know what? I'm proud of it at this point. And yeah, they're going to hear about this because the manosphere, there's people that follow them, that follow me. Somebody's going to say about it. Now, I'm not blaming necessarily the hosts. But the sad thing about it is this psychobabble bullshit that should have been stopped years ago. It should have been nipped in the fucking bud years ago. This psychobabble bullshit is the reason why your community is fucked up. That's why. That's why there's so many single mothers. That's the reason why there's so many of these unparented kids running around trying to stab other kids with knives and getting shot in the back by the cops. That's what. You see this? You see this nose ring? You see this disgusting nose ring? Wait, hold on. Let's go back up. You see this? That's the reason why there's so many foster children. Because eventually, let's understand, the clock of the nature's clock is very, very specific. Men age better than women. Why? Because when women get old, those eggs turn into cancer and they eat you inside out. They turn into fibroids. They eat those ovaries inside out like a goddamn apple rotting from the inside out. But here's the problem. You know how they say a bad apple spoils the bunch? Well, what do you think happens when you have an unfulfilled woman who's around other women and is spreading that poison? That poison! The Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us that poison is being spread. This is the reason. Take a good look. This is the reason your community is falling apart. That right there. That's why your community is falling apart. Not only that, when I say white men, you're partially to blame for this. You let white liberal feminists use and co-opt black women in order to get their agenda passed. You are partially responsible. And yeah, you can, when you know what they say, when you point a finger, three point back at you. All of these men who are buying this pornography and patronizing sex work and allowing sociology degrees like this to call themselves gurus, you're to blame for this. You are financing your own destruction with every single super chat, with every single Cash App payment, with every single dime that you send them, because otherwise they would have nothing. You tell me what fucking job you're getting with a sociology degree. You tell me who the fuck in 2021 is hiring sociologists? So, and furthermore, you're not a sociologist because you ain't a licensed doctor. You got a sociology degree. You want to know why you got a sociology degree? It's because it was the easiest degree to get. And God knows how much debt you went into for it. Because we all know of the college scam. The Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us that colleges are using these women to pad and feather their own retirement nests. The professors don't give a shit if you get a job with your bullshit sociology. It's a bullshit degree. If you want to study sociology, you can go on Wikipedia and you can stay on Wikipedia for about a week and you can come out knowing just as much as anybody who calls himself a sociologist. That is bullshit. And then when I brought up to her, now you can go watch the video yourself. One of the reasons why I know that sex work is detrimental to women is simply because I take a look at women who sex work has destroyed. Yes, it gives them a couple of dollars of cash, but that's what prostitution is. You make a couple of dollars of cash. Thing about it is, when you finally want to be taken seriously and you want to be an upstanding citizen and you're looking for a real job, not a sociology person who's a fake guru. When you want a real job, all of a sudden now you can't get a real job. But furthermore, then there's the detriment to the marital society. Men do not want women with high mileage on them. Me personally, I don't even buy a used car, so I damn sure don't want a used woman with high mileage. That's the fact. Men are territorial. They don't want to have to deal with baby daddies, nor should they. They don't want to have to deal with another man's kids. The Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us that another man's kids are a liability to a high-value man. No high-value man wants this. No high-value man wants some goddamn nose ring. Are you kidding me? No high-value man wants that. Most middle-value men don't want this right here. But y'all have financed her. Y'all are allowing this nonsense to continue. Y'all are allowing liberal feminism to spread this bullshit. Y'all are allowing women to go into these corporate structures and ruin them from the inside out. Y'all are allowing this. White men are the ones who open the floodgates. White liberal feminism is using black women for their votes. If y'all want to be mad at me because Kamala Harris is vice president, don't be mad at me. My vote really doesn't count that much. New York City voted for it. Georgia voted for it. Guess what? Women outvote men in general. You had no way of stopping this because you opened the floodgates and now it just is going to spread like a fire. And you're going to realize eventually the same thing I realized. America is a toxic environment because of this. And you're going to need to go to another country to find yourself a wife. You're going to have no choice. My recommendations are Southeast Asia, DR, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, possibly Brazil, Colombia. In fact, Venezuela's got plenty of women down there who are desperate for a husband. Venezuela, you might want to try it. I'm not into Latin women that much, but hey, if you like Latin women, they got that. If you want a black woman, I recommend your ass go to Africa, because if you get one here, chances are you're going to end up divorced. Just like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy said, I'm going to go to the backwoods of Africa. I'm going to get me a girl named Umfufu. He knew back in 1980 what was happening and coming for. He knew before I was born that he needed to go out of this country and get himself Umfufu. Otherwise, chances are your ass is going to end up divorced. In fact, I feel really bad. There's 57 people listening to me right now. Chances are half of y'all are either divorced or you're on child support because some woman tricked your ass and got you. I hope that's not the truth. I hope it's not true. But I want you to understand where this toxicity is coming from. This one, as soon as she got on there, she starts, oh yeah, well, I'm against the patriarchy, and I don't live by the Bible. And she's got a shirt on that says sex work is God's work. And this one just told you on the video, I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe in patriarchy. Yet she has sex work is God's work. If the Honorable Kevin Samuels saw what I saw and experienced this, he would either click you off and disconnect your ass or call you a goddamn fool. Not only that, if I wish that the Honorable Kevin Samuels would tell y'all take these nasty ass nose rings out your nose. When I see something go up somebody's nose, I think you're picking your nose for boogers. I don't want to see no goddamn metal boogers up in nobody's nose. Now listen, you're free to do what you want. You want to look like that? Fine. You know hair having. We don't, real men, high value men do not want women who don't have hair. Real hair. I'm not talking about shoestrings. I'm not talking about weaves. I'm not talking about wigs. I'm talking about hair. And the beautiful thing about the Honorable Kevin Samuels and the Manosphere is that now they're talking about it aloud. So now you hear it. And now it's going mainstream. Now you can't stop the message. This is where your toxicity is coming from right here. I guarantee you, you look up most of these unmarried feminists, they look exactly like this. And they sound exactly like this. She's like, oh yeah, well, I have a very short patience for men who say this. And I was like, yeah, well, I have a very short patience for liberal feminism destroying the community. That's when I got kicked. And I'm proud of it. I got kicked. Good for me. Because I wasn't going to bite my tongue. I feel like, what was it? Samuel Jackson, he stood up and he says, I was not going to stand by and watch another one of my men die to live by those fucking rules. And what was that movie? With Tommy Lee Jones. I was not going to stand by and let another black home be destroyed just to live by your fucking rules. I tell you, they had me charged up, man. I was waiting for hours. I was on fire. I was waiting for hours to get on there. She literally talked for 2 hours and said nothing. She said nothing at all except more nonsense. They're on there right now, fighting her right now. They're still on there. They're still live. That show is still live because they got so little to talk about except to challenge this nonsense. She left, but she ain't there no more. But the thing about it is, this is what you're talking about. This is what you're talking about. And by the way, my ex-girlfriend, black female, 40 years old, living in daddy's house, living in daddy's attic. See, here's the thing. Males live in mama's basement, but females live in daddy's attic because daddy's not going to put their female daughter, he's not going to put the daughter in the basement. He'll put his son in the basement, but the daughter gets upheld above the son. So the daughters live in daddy's attic, but the boys live in mommy's basement. That's why when I was younger, I was like, fuck this, I got to buy a house. There's no fucking way I'm going in anybody's basement. No way. So I got myself houses. But this one right here, oh, these fake gurus, they're up there saying, oh yeah, well, you can just be a sex worker. It's okay because it shouldn't be. It's like, listen, you moron. Don't you understand that if sex work is legitimized, it will destroy women to the point where they won't be redeemable at all. No man is gonna, first of all, think about your own situations. You go on Instagram, you see these women flashing themselves out. You don't want to wife that up. You don't want to marry that. You might want to have sex, but you don't want to wife that. There is a reason why we had chastity. First of all, it's because back then there were no paternity tests. They didn't have DNA. They only knew if a woman was having sex based on her delivering a child. So they had to be sure whose kid that was. They needed children. They needed the legitimacy of marriage in order to pass down housing. That's what it came down to. Your father had land. Your father built a house on that land. When you were born as a baby boy then, that land was passed to you. Now, if the father only had a daughter, the daughter had what was called a dowry. The parents left their children inheritance. That's the reason why we have marriage. I believe in marriage because I understand that you're keeping money and resources in a family line. But I can't accept marriage to an American at this point because it's so litigious and it is so unsafe and lopsided for men in general that I would never marry an American woman, ever. I will find the poorest young girl who's 18 in the poorest country in the Eastern Hemisphere and marry that long before I would marry one of my damn neighbors, especially a black American woman. Never. I wouldn't even trust a white American woman at this point. I'd have to have you sign a prenup, several postnups. Hell no. It's not worth it. I'm going to spend all my life in court? Fuck that. So I will go to another country where the women have no rights. I'll go to a Muslim country. I'll get a woman in a burqa. All they got to do is pull the thing up so I can look at her. I'll be like, yeah, okay, that sounds great. And I'll put a ring on her finger. I would never marry an American woman. Right now, I'm 39. I got a chick who's Asian, 23. I would never marry no damn American, ever. Hell no. Hell no. That I might as well put my head in the guillotine because the same shit's gonna happen. Hell no. Uh-oh, we got Ramil up in the building. We got Ramil up in here. Uh-oh, that's right, Ramil. That's what I said. I would go to the poorest goddamn third world. I'll go to Venezuela. And I will look for an 18-year-old or 19-year-old who has no food in her stomach whatsoever. She'll get married just for a chicken sandwich. That's what I'll do if I have to. Eddie Murphy said, I'm going to go to the backwoods of Africa and get me a chick named Fufu, doesn't speak English. Oh, Wally, Wally, Wally. She's like, yeah, now your name's Miss Murphy. Now I'm going to marry you. Oh, Wally, Wally, Wally. Yes, Miss Murphy, come with me. Fufu. I would get a Fufu and guess what? Fufu got real hair. Fufu got real hair, not shoestrings in her hair. Not this bald head with some goddamn nose ring in it. I hate nose rings. I'll get me Fufu. I will go to Venezuela. I will find the poorest 19-year-old girl or 20-year-old girl who has no food at all, and is desperate. I would never get an American wife. Hell no. Hell no. So guess what? My 40-year-old ex, living in daddy's attic, single, childless, unmarried. Why? Because she decided that I wasn't right when I was trying to put her. Now, understand, I want you to understand how stupid this is. I want you to understand. Let me just tell you the short story for those of you who follow me. I helped her get a job. I work in finances. I helped her get a job. If she had kept that job, instead of trying to go against me and she did, I don't want to work. And because, a lot of these women, they tell you up front now, I don't want to work. I want to stay at home. I want to live off of my husband's money. I want to be a stay-at-home wife. Like they watch that bullshit on television like any of that shit is real. I know. I want to stay at home. I want to stay at home and watch television so I can watch The View. That's what I want to do. What this nigga said, some nose rings look good. No, they don't. So anyway, she's like, yeah, I want to stay at home. I don't feel like working. I got her a job. If she had kept that job, I swear, during the coronavirus pandemic, if she had stayed working the job, if she had listened to me, she would have been making over $90,000 during the coronavirus pandemic. But she didn't want to listen to me. She didn't think I knew what I was talking about. Well, guess what? When you walk outside and you take a look at that old ass car that you got that I took you to buy, I want you to think about whether or not you should have stayed on the job that I got you that you had. But you got so lazy. And the sad thing is, this one right here, she wants to throw it in your face, that same bullshit. Oh, yeah, black women are the most educated. Black women are the most educated. Yeah, this chick is educated. She's another one of those where you hit the button and say, yeah, I got a PhD. Oh, yeah, black women are highly educated. That's why all of you are in student loan debt. That's the reason why. That's why my aunt has $75,000 in student loan debt and her credit is fucked up. That's the reason why you are in that old ass car that I took you to buy, by the way. And that's why you ain't making no money and you living in daddy's attic. That's why. Because you're still educated. Black women are still educated. And the sad thing is, the first thing you got to say is, first of all, Asian women are the most educated ones, but they're a small percent of the population. They're only less than 6%. White women are the second highest educated, and then black women come after them. In fact, I think black women come after Hispanics. Who started these fucking lies? You know who started these lies? It was Miss Sociology degree right here. That's who started those lies. So no matter how educated you are, guess what? You got a lot of student loan debt your ass can't pay off. In fact, while I'm arguing with her about the fact that it's so hard for you to get a loan like a mortgage, she wants to throw it she throws it in my face. Oh, I got a PPP loan. Yeah, you idiot. The government was giving out PPP loans to get your stupid ass hooked. Even my man Saving Minus Debt said that PPP loan, you're a fucking slave. Savings Minus Debt says the shit all the time. You take out a PPP loan, you're a fucking slave. You know who took out PPP loans? Those same motherfuckers they're prosecuting because they took them out, lied about it, and then they went to buy Lamborghinis and fucking Ferraris and Teslas. You didn't know about that, did you? Oh, yeah, well, I'm educated. You got a sociology degree. That's not education. I could have gotten that shit off of fucking Wikipedia. Wikipedia. She's got and she has all of the symbolism. I want you to pay close attention. All of the symbolism of your typical liberal, feminist, American psychobabble. She's got the under the arm. Look at the under the arm tattoo. She don't know what that shit means. Look at that. Why the fuck are these women getting these motherfucking tattoos as if it's Stargate? Y'all saw Stargate? You know how you have to be able to read that Egyptian shit and you have to use 7 symbols to dial out to open the Stargate? You don't know what that shit means. Are you fucking kidding me? You got the Stargate symbols on your fucking on your arms and legs and shit. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't know what none of that shit means. Don't pretend. You ain't Egyptian. You ain't Egyptian. You don't even have fucking hair. You're not Egyptian. That symbol don't mean shit. Look at that symbol. Look at it. Take a good look at that symbol. What are you trying to do? You trying to open the fucking Stargate? You looking for the 7th symbol? No, but we're not fucking Egyptians. You don't know what that shit means. That's all of the typical markings. All of the typical. Now tells me I don't believe in the Bible because it's the white man's teaching. I don't believe in marriage because that's the white man's teaching. Yet she has a shirt that says sex work is God's work. Is that not the epitome of hypocrisy? Is it not? Got the goddamn Stargate symbol like you trying to open up a gateway to Mars. What the fuck are you talking about? Psychobabble. The Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us that this is psychobabble bullshit. Look at this. Here you go, right here, guys. Here you go. Hey, give me a rating. Hey, guys, what's the rating? What's the rating? 1 to 10, baby. I'm not even gonna rate. What's the rating, guys? What's the rating? Give me a rating. What's the rating? 1 to 10 on a can't use 7. What's that rating? Huh? What's that rating, guys? 1 to 10. This is a guru. This is the reason why your community is fucked up. This is a guru. Right here. This is a guru, guys. 1 to 10. Dartavian said 3. I think Hunter Cash said -0. According to Savings Minus Debt, I don't think you can do a -0, but okay, I'll hang with that. Let's see. We got a 2. We got a 3. We got a 3. Let's see. We got I don't a shape 1. Okay, I think he said 1. We got a 0. What's this? A 2, a 4. Let's see, 2.7, a 0. Oh well, no, but listen, this is a girl. This is a girl. This is one of those women who sits on panels like on The View and on The Talk and gives women you would potentially want to date. This is where they're getting their information. This is where they're getting their guidelines. Huh? Aren't you guys so excited about marrying an American woman? Let me see those hands. Who's excited about marrying an American woman? Huh? Aren't you guys excited? I know y'all excited. Mopar Randy took it way down. He said -1 trillion, I think. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's -100 billion. Yeah. Jesus Christ. This is where you're getting your information. This is where your women are getting their psychobabble insanity from. This is where they're getting it. This right here is where they're getting it. That's where they're getting it. So let me just say it like this. My female friend, and I'm going to open up the panel because I know a couple people want to speak. I'm going to try to be mindful of how long I run my panel things because, StreamYard gives you like a certain amount of time per month. And I'm not about to pay these motherfuckers $20. Not unless I get if I get the chat funding, maybe I'll consider it and I'll do more panels because StreamYard only gives you a certain amount of time per month. So I can't do this shit all the time. But here's the thing though. I got a lot of black female friends who would have otherwise been marriable. And now most of them are hitting 40. They are single. They are unmarried. They are childless. What do they all have in common? Well, they all have multiple degrees. They all have student loan debt. They're all smarter than you. They all fantasize about that high value man that they can't get, who's not interested in them or their bullshit. And they all think they know every fucking thing in the book because they went and got a sociology degree. Well, I'll be fair. They didn't all get sociology degrees. And they're so quick to throw it in your face how smart and educated they are. And meanwhile, when I look at them, all I see are apples where the seeds are rotting from the inside out. That is what I see. And so I did my best to make sure that I was the first person to speak on that quote-unquote panel when they opened it up. And I laid down my points as quickly as I could because I already knew what was going to happen. I can't argue with no goddamn lesbian feminist, female feminist, whatever the fuck, white liberal feminist trained bullshit. I can't argue with that. That's why Kevin Samuels, the honorable Kevin Samuels does not argue with that shit. He just cuts him off because there's no point trying to argue with it. It's a waste of his time. So I got cut real quick. Yeah, I'm pissed off, but I was pissed off just listening to the bullshit. So I said my piece and then I was gone. And that's what happened. And this is, I gotta tell you guys, this is what you're up against. You're up against liberal feminists with Stargate symbols under their arm. Look at this simp right here. Look at this guy. This guy's a simp. But they ain't married, so apparently he's not as simpish as I thought. What the fuck is this? Look at this shit. What is this? Instagram. Kevin Samuels. Where's that sound that he plays for the big women? Rate him, guys. Rate him. Guys, we got some ratings coming up. Bum, 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 bum. What's that song that Kevin Samuels plays with the elephants? I was looking for that sound. Look at this, guys. And then you know what she also threw up? You know what she threw up in my face on the channel? It's because somebody made a comment. She said, "Oh yeah, well, black women are the most educated. We're traveling all over the world." Yeah, guess what? When I went to Thailand and when I've gone into other countries, sometimes some coworkers, sometimes some friends, they come with me. But it's funny because when it's the black women, it's like they're always alone. They always look exactly like this photo. I swear to God. If I showed you the photos that I had from my vacations, they look exactly like this photo. And the first question you'd say is, well, where are their men at? Where are their husbands at? What does Kevin Samuels go, bum, 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 bum. I remember the Richard Bay show. He had a great sound clip with elephants walking and somebody pounding on drums. I really miss the Richard Bay show. But when you see these women, they what is it? They call it they have their own word for Valentine's Day, and they're spending their Valentine's Day without a man because they're not married. Because the men, the high value men, don't want them. So the only thing they can do is go out and get a simp, or they can go out and get a low value guy who's they use the term fuckboy. But my thing is, well, if he's such a fuckboy, why are you sleeping with him? But that's my question. They all look exact. When you look at them, when you see behind the Instagram, that this is what you're dealing with, guys. Now, great. Listen, I know I'm fat. I ain't going to even try to lie. But guess what? I'm a high value man. Because all I got to do is go to Africa and get me fufu, or go to Venezuela and I'll get me the poorest young girl I can find who's of legal age, 19, 20, and I'll buy her a ham sandwich with extra bacon, and she'll come back and be my wife because I'm the high value guy who came and bought her a hero sandwich, and she was starving because of United States sanctions on Venezuela. Or I'll go get me fufu from Africa. I will go to Africa. I got to stop the screen because just looking at these women is disgusting me. But I will go right into Africa and I will get me fufu. I absolutely will get you. You know what I'll get? I'm going to go to Africa. And I'm going to get me some fufu. Well, let's see if there's some photos. Do I got some photos of some fufu? I think I do. Let's see. You see this? Wait. Let's see. I think I got some fufu. Yeah, I'll go to Ghana and hook up with this chick that I know on what is it? On chat. I don't know what's her name again. Her name Yaboa? No, I'm gonna call you fufu. I'm gonna get me fufu. Get some fufu. I'm not messing with these Americans. If you mess with them, you're gonna end up in divorce. You've been oh shit. The picture disappeared. Hold on. Wait, let me get that picture again. You know what it is? If you drop the photo, it disappears. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get fufu. I don't know what your name is, but I'm renaming you fufu. That's what I'm gonna do. There's no way in hell I'd get married to one of these here. No way. You want to know what? Here's something. I got something for you. Wait. Let's see. I got to turn on my OneDrive. I'm going to make this quick because I know some people want to get in this chat. I know it. So what is this? What is this? Oh, shit. Y'all can see my photos. God damn it. I didn't know y'all could see my photos. Wait. Because I had a couple saved. Well, here we go. Let's see. Can I click on that? That's what we'll do right there. We're going to get some fufu. We got to go get some fufu. let me close that shit because that is y'all weren't supposed to see that. Oh my god! Because I had some pictures saved up so that I could use them in such a case. Fufu. That's what you got to do. Go get you fufu. Do not take a chance at all in America. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. Or what we're going to do, we're going to go to Ukraine and get one of those Ukrainians, or Belarus. You get yourself a Belarusian. Y'all guys, you could do it. Y'all could do it. Don't get yourself, don't do it to yourself. Don't mess with these Americans. I'm telling you, they're poisonous. They're toxic. Wait, I got another one. Hold on. Here's one for you. How about one of those? Huh? How about one of those? Yup, I got damn right. How about one of these? What country you got to go to get this? Huh? You're gonna mess around in America, you're gonna end up divorced, and you're gonna end up on child support. Huh? Tell me I'm lying. Don't do it to yourself, gentlemen. Don't do it to yourself. I'm starting to run out of energy. Don't do it to yourself, guys. Don't do it. Let's see. Where's fufu at? Uh-oh. I got another one. Uh-oh. Wait. I got another one. Gotta go get you Foo. Foo. Hey, Foo. Get in my suitcase, baby. You're coming home with me. You think the white man kidnapped blacks? When black men go to Africa, we all gonna go to Africa. We're gonna kidnap some wives. Let's go talk to Joseph Kony. Joseph Kony knows where all the women are at. Let's go talk to him. No. In fact, we don't even have to kidnap them. I'm pretty sure they're interested in coming back. We're going to go get some Foo-Foos. Let's go get some Foo-Foos. We ain't messing with this horrible American these horror shows. We don't want that. We want to get some Foo-Foo. Foo-Foo. Say it with me. Foo-Foo. Get in my suitcase. You're coming home with me. You're too poor to do anything about it. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, Foo-Foo. Huh? What do you think about that? What do you think about them apples? What do you think about them apples, huh? I think it's a brilliant idea. Me personally, I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. Let's go get some Foo-Foo. I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So, I'm kind of running out of energy. I think I'll throw one more at you. I think I'll throw one more at you. Let's go to Ghana. Who wants to go to Ghana? We can take a trip. We'll go to Ghana or we'll go to Zanzibar because I got money and I'm ready to fly some business class. How about, wait, I got one more for you. How about this one? Oh, hey, Foo-Foo. Get in my suitcase, Foo-Foo. We are going back. We are coming to America. Foo-Foo. Coming to America. That's right. Who wants to go with me? Who wants to go with me? We're coming to America. Who wants to go? Who wants to go with me? You just raise your hand. Tell me you want to come with me. I know the white boys want to come with me. Okay, I had to get that out of my system. I think I got that out of my system. I think I ran out of energy now. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop that link now. I went for 53 minutes. I think I got all the anger and the energy out. I think I'm drained now. I think what I need is a cup of coffee. So here you go. Here's the link right there. There you go. Most of you, this is out of context, so you probably don't know what I'm talking about because you may have come in late. But if you did, what I was talking about was this nonsense where you have female feminist psychobabble bullshit that is ruining America. And they here in New York, as you can see, they are trying, and this was the article. I didn't even get to it because I was too busy screaming. Sex work prosecution changes in New York are a welcome step, but not enough. The idea of a clean divide between the innocent and exploited versus the guilty exploiters. So here's my thing. How the fuck are you going to make sex work legal, but Johns and being a solicitor is going to still be illegal? Because they're basically, how the fuck do you have a prostitute who can't have a John? That doesn't make sense. That's the reason why prostitution is illegal in the first place. Because they don't want John soliciting prostitutes. Not only that, it's because they already know that it's going to be a quality of life disaster. They know it. So they're saying, what's this? I'm going to read this part real quick. On Wednesday, the DA, Cyrus Vance announced on Wednesday that his office would no longer criminally prosecute prostitution or unlicensed massage. And by unlicensed massage, we're basically talking about happy endings. That's what we have to be talking about is happy endings. Those are unlicensed happy endings. That is unlicensed, and they're saying that they're going to stop criminalizing that. As far as I'm concerned, turn in your goddamn resignation, because if you're not going to do your job, then we don't need you. See, that's the problem. We got too many people who are activists who act like they don't need to do their fucking job. Listen, you signed the paperwork. You said you were going to follow the law. Well, if you're going to do it, then you need to do it. And if you can't handle that, it's time for your ass to get fucking fired, or you need to resign. I'll have your resignation on my desk in the morning. D. Moore says he's in a divorce. My man D. Moore right here. He says he's in. Well, D. Moore, all I can say is you never should have married an American woman. That's all I can say, brother. I'm really sorry. I hope that there's no children involved in it. Hopefully you can get a clean separation. I hope there's no children involved in it. But yeah. So that's what it is. I hope good luck to you. I hope you're able to keep your stuff, because I know half my shit I'm not giving up. I'm just not doing it. But yeah, so this is what they're trying to do. The Manhattan decision follows similar moves in the New York boroughs, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, as well as Baltimore and Philadelphia, but it carries with the weight of his powerful office, blah, blah, blah. I cannot express enough how important this step is for NYC. You're going to turn this place into an absolute crime-infested hellhole. It's bad enough that our shootings have gone up. It's bad enough that the crimes have gone up. Now you want to make prostitution legal, so now you can destroy what's left of this community. Thank you very much. Thank you. You should have your resignation on my desk very soon. Hey, Williams, yo, if you came in, I'm going to post the link again. I'm going to let you guys in because I think I've run out of energy. I'm going to post the link again. I did see you. I was going to let you in. I'm sorry I didn't let you in right away. But yeah, there's the link right there. So I think I've run out of energy. But this is insanity. It's being spread by feminists who have Stargate tattoos on their arms as if they're trying to dial the goddamn 7 symbol. This is what I'm up against. Stop patronizing them, and they will collapse. There ain't no work for sociology degrees. There ain't no work. Sex work is the only way forward. Stop patronizing them, and they will go extinct just like the dinosaurs, just like the brontosaurus, just like the pterodactyl. They will go extinct. I posted the link again. Anybody's trying to get in here, come on in. I'm letting you right in because I think I've run out of energy. I think I need coffee or cocaine or something. I've run out of energy. Go ahead. There's the link. Join. Like, share, subscribe. There's a lot of y'all in here. There's no likes. Like, share, subscribe. Not already subscribed. I don't usually go on these rants. Usually it takes something to get me really, really worked up. And yes, that I got really, really worked up. Hit that link. Let's go. And who wants to come in? Get social. You want to come in? Driving home from work and listen. Oh, you're driving. Okay, so you're driving a car, so I won't bother you because I don't want you to get in, any problems. Yeah, well, cocaine helps. Cocaine really does help. All right, guys. So they're still having their stream, but their stream is bullshit compared to mine. So anyway, what y'all got, guys? What y'all got? How y'all doing?
All right, John. So I'm an African American, but I would never marry an African American woman after what I just heard because this is toxic. This is toxic as fuck. I can't do it. I'm not risking shit like that.
Listen. I mean, you know what? You're a man. You can do whatever you want, but I'm telling you,
17 years old. I'm 12th grade, but I'm not gonna be fucked around with. I do not want to pay stupid.
By the time, I'll say it like this. By the time you're of marriage age, these women will be so bad that the word marriage won't even enter your mind. It won't.
I'm thinking about just staying single for a really long time until I just move to a different country.
I can't
do it.
There's nothing wrong with staying single for a long time. The only thing about it is once you get matured into your career, you become a high-value man, and then the women will beat down your doors trying to get at you because they're trying to get into your wallet. And
But they're
then,
not
see,
touching my wallet if they want to be fake, because I could spot a fake person like a mile away. That's
that's
just
what it
me.
is.
I'm thinking. First of all, they think they know everything, but they fucking don't. I'd rather live a healthy life with me. I'm gonna get my job that makes over 100,000 a year, and I'm not gonna marry anybody. I don't want them fucking want my money at all. So that's just me. I don't know what everybody else thinks.
No, well, you know what? You're gonna do what you got to do. My recommendation to young men now: mature in your career. Make sure you work on making yourself as wealthy as you can be. Make sure you have your feet planted. Never co-sign for shit with nobody else. Make sure you work on your credit. Make sure your credit is spotless. Make sure you're the best person you can be. And you won't have to worry about women because they'll beat down your door. You won't even have
I
to worry
wouldn't
about
accept them. I would decline them. I want to be. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I say no. I want to stay single because I rather have my own things. I don't want John. Honestly, I can't even think about getting married at this point. Even when I graduate high school, or even when I graduate college, I'd rather just give me my job in business management and roll with that for the rest of my life until the day I die, or until I retire, whichever comes first.
it. Okay.
Because I know what I'm good at. I'm just gonna do that. I'd rather do that than have a woman any day of the week.
Getting women is not the hard part. The hard part is making sure they don't take half your shit on the way out.
Thank you. How do I know when they're gonna do that, John? That's exactly why I'm not getting married.
And you got to understand, see, we're dealing with a very sick culture right now. You got to understand, there's a lot of women who are quick to divorce because they'll take the children away and they'll keep the children as their own. And like they think that that's okay, but all they're doing is creating more broken homes. Yeah, I would have let you guys in, or William. I would have let you in earlier. It's just that I was reading at the thing. So how y'all doing? What do you think? What do you think
Oh,
about what I said?
no, I'm good, man. I had to jump back off. I'm on the job, man. You know what I mean?
What do you do?
I'm a truck driver.
Oh, okay. What's your route?
I stay anywhere from Midwest to the West Coast. I'm an owner operator, so I pretty much go where I want.
You run into any lot lizards lately?
Man, oh man, I've been doing this for 19 years, bro, and I done had my fair share of lot lizards come to my truck, but I politely, direct their ass in the opposite direction. You know what I mean? So I don't even go that route, man. I, I've never like directly paid for ass, never in my life. I mean, motherfuckers say, well, if you take them out to eat or blah blah blah, you pay for it. Well, like, so be it. But there's never been a hand-to-hand transaction for some ass. You know what I'm saying? That's just not me. I ain't never had to go that route. But to each his own. You know what I mean? So
Me personally, I've never. Again, like, see, the problem is some people try to make that. They try to make that distinction. They try to say that paying for sex is the same as dinner and a movie. That is not. That is a
What the
fucking lie.
fuck?
No, no. There are some people who try to make that false comparison. That's a lie. That's an
God
absolute lie.
damn.
But that just tells you how toxic this culture is here. People will
yeah,
actually say shit like that.
Well, let's try to get the
yeah.
fuck out of America.
Believe me, if I could, I would.
Excuse me? Yeah, fuck America. We all need to move. Shit.
No, you got to understand this culture here is toxic and it's destroying you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
look,
talk.
it's
It's
Sister George. Hey, Sister George, you want to join in? Hold on 1 second. Let me drop this link again. I see Sister George right there. Sister George. I like Sister George. I'm gonna drop that link. Let her in here. She was I think she was running the panel. I think she's actually the person who booted me. If it might not have been her, it might have actually been somebody else. But
Let's go.
thing about it is, yeah, Sister George, your girl in there got me worked up, boy. She got me so worked up, I came in here and ranted for an hour. And I showed everybody her Stargate.
Yeah, that was true.
I showed everybody her Stargate tattoo on her Instagram.
Went full 100.
Yeah, Sister George, come on in.
Truth be told, bro, you just dropped a freaking nuke, like a lot.
Oh man, well, my thing is, I would have
At
dropped
least
it
he was
out.
spitting out facts. At least shit. I've been hearing
A
nothing but
damn
fake
nuke.
shit. If you're
Well,
supposed
what
to be
was
Nuclear,
the issue with the chick with
tactical,
the Stargate
tactical
tattoo?
nukes. I do my nukes tactical. I got tactical nuclear bombs.
Yo, Big Truck, what was the issue with the chick with the Stargate tattoo? I missed that part.
No. What it was, first of all, I was disappointed because, like, so she was running her mouth for a whole 2 goddamn hours, whole 2 hours. And the thing about it is, the thing about it on what you have right now is you got a bunch of people basically playing talk host, right? And they're playing talk hosts on these channels. They're inviting people in. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not, but they have controversial subjects. In this case, the topic is sex work should be like legitimized and legalized and this, that, and other. Now,
Fuck no.
I believe that if you do that, it will destroy women in this country and it will completely destroy marriage, even though marriage is already fucked up. It will
Right.
destroy what's left of it because ultimately you'll have so many men having so many more problems with women. And then you'll have so many men who don't want to marry. But do you realize men don't want to marry women right now? Especially
Right.
if they're
Man,
American.
I was married once, and I'm glad I did it when I was early, and that taught me a very valuable lesson, man. So, yeah, I don't think I'll ever do it again. I mean, at least, as you say with an American chick, I mean, one cat earlier I heard say, I'll never, marry a black chick. I mean, I love my black sisters, man. I love them to death, man. But if they on this, shit, how they with the marriage shit, how they got it in America, I'm not going for it. You know what I mean? I'm like you, I'll marry somebody who don't have no rights in this country. You feel me? So, I mean, yeah, it's all messed up, man. It, I ain't trying to give a bitch half my shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when she wasn't with me on the come up. You know what I'm saying? Like say right now, I do excellent for myself. I'd be damned if I marry a chick and after it don't work out, she
What
get
up? What
half
up?
my shit plus alimony. That shit's wild.
No, I hear you, brother. And the thing about it is, it's crazy that you have to worry about protecting yourself from somebody you haven't even met yet. It's a damn
Right.
shame, but that's exactly what this. It's like I feel in this country that you're under attack from every fucking direction. And even when it's not somebody outside trying to steal something from you with a gun or a knife, now you got to worry about your wife about to do something behind your back and take half your shit.
Basically a backstabbing bitch.
Okay, what's up, Dark Side Major? You got something to say?
I mean, yeah, some of
You
them be
break it
back,
up.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, he got a point though. Some of them
I
do be
agree
on that
with everything you
backstabbing
saying,
shit.
Big Truck.
Yo, Big Chuck.
Yeah.
Wait, you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Oh, all right. So you feel me? I get your points of view and everything, but like at the same time, like I think it's a society thing. Like the thing with the cop who shot the girl with the knife and shit. Like
Uh-huh.
if he wouldn't have shot, he would have. You feel me? Everybody would have been against him. He shot. You feel me? It's society. It's not. You feel me? It's a society type thing. Like it's spreading super fast. Like it's like I don't know. I don't know how to explain shit. I'm just.
Well, no. Let me clarify that real quick because I talked about that in my community chat. First of all, I have no ill will towards that cop. He did what he had to do. He was forced into that position. First of all, I think it's important to remember this chick called the cops and then ran inside, she called the cops, got a knife, and then came out and started to attack people with the fucking knife. Now, how fucking stupid are you to think that you can do some shit like that? That's number one. So number two, there's a lot of charges that need to be pressed, but that cop isn't one of them. There were people who came to her house to fight her. Now, self-defense is going into your house, calling the cops, staying in your house. What she did was fucking stupid. What she did was run out there attacking people with a knife. That's what got her shot. It's not
Right.
that cop's fault. So listen, everybody can believe what they want, but as far as I'm concerned, no.
Yeah, but Big Truck. But when you see all the videos of the white cops on the white community, they don't shoot like that though. Big Truck.
No. Listen. I'll tell you what. I could show you tons of videos where I've watched white people get blown away who had fucking knives. I have because I keep those videos. I keep them.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. I know what you mean.
No. But see, here's the problem: when we cherry pick video evidence, it's always important to remember. First of all, these cameras everywhere only came out in about 2007. When Apple came out with the iPhone and put cameras in everybody's pockets and smartphones in everybody's pocket, all of those shootings that happened before that, like, for example, Sean Bell. When the Sean Bell shooting happened, I guarantee you, if it was possible to see what had happened, if those cops had cameras, or if it was possible to see somebody's camera, I guarantee you, they got in front of his car, they aimed at his car, he tried to drive away, and they filled him with fucking bullets. Because that's
well, yeah, a lot of people do bring it on themselves. Just like that elderly woman that didn't want to stop when the cops was behind her.
Listen, I showed
a lot of people put it on themselves.
I showed my father that video. How the fuck do you drive for 10 fucking miles?
She talking about she was too scared to pull over. Like, what the fuck?
I got pulled over the other day on the Southern State. As soon as that motherfucking cop turned his lights on, I was already hitting the fucking signal button to go to the next lane.
You know when they coming for you, I'll pull over before they even turn the lights on. Like,
this whole bullshit about.
And I got an SRT just like you, big truck. Like, I don't play. I already know they coming for me.
Let me tell you something. This whole bullshit, like just like that Army vet who got caught the other day. This whole bullshit about you wanting to drive to where you feel safe, yeah, go ahead and roll those fucking dice and see if that shit works out for you.
Right.
You know, and I feel bad for her because you're an old dumbass woman who thinks that she thinks this shit is a game. It's like these cops aren't.
She's gonna scream, I'm 65. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck your age. And let me tell you, I've seen plenty of white people get fucked up that exact same way. I am not going to cherry pick video evidence. Sometimes, let me tell you this: the DC snipers, both of them niggas was black. If those cops were really on a nigga hunting rampage, I would have killed both of them motherfuckers. They would have never made it to trial. How the fuck did they make it to trial? Huh? So obviously, surrendering early helped you a lot.
Well, you know, they take some and then they give us some. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen, if you don't fight them, chances are you're going to get locked up and you'll be
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, Big Truck, but I live in Minneapolis. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's a lot of fuck shit that be going on that you'll never hear on the news and everything like that, man.
Well, here's the thing. Minneapolis is fucked up. I already know that. First of all, I know y'all got Ilhan Omar as one of your representatives.
Right,
I know that you have a large population of Somali immigrants. I know that you have a very large number of homicides. I know that y'all have open carry there, and y'all got that concealed carry shit. Y'all got a lot of guns floating around there. So the bottom line is Minneapolis is basically as close to a hellhole as they come. So my thing is, and guess what? They did it to themselves because here they are. They're putting all these people in this place, expanding the welfare state, and they basically created an unsustainable population. And this welfare state has been expanded by women, for women, to get rid of black males or to get you out of the picture so that they can do whatever they want and not have any accountability. That's what it is.
Hey, Big Truck, did you hear about in the news today what they doing in NY, talking about everybody that has a carrying license, they trying to take it away. They don't want you to carry it for public safety.
Well, as far as NYPD is concerned, any shooting that's done here, they want to do it themselves. But see, the thing that's crazy about it, after the pandemic happened, a whole lot of people went out and bought a whole lot of guns. And then after the pandemic was over, now you got niggas and white people attacking Asians. So now you got Asians getting armed too. Now they're a very small percentage of the population. Most of them are not going to carry a gun around. But New York is afraid of what will happen when we have the power. Could you imagine if while all of those cops were kneeling on George Floyd, could you imagine what would have happened if the entire crowd pulled out guns and said, get off them? Here's a question. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Right.
Could you imagine if the entire crowd said, no, get off them?
I am so done with this country.
Could you imagine that?
Right. Like, because
you had 2 or 3 cops and they arrested somebody and a whole fucking crowd surrounded them.
That's what it's getting to. That's what it's getting to. They already know they are outnumbered.
I want you to think about that shit. Imagine if you had that whole crowd of all those kids standing there saying, "Oh, y'all are wrong," and get off them and this, that, and other. Could you imagine if that whole fucking crowd pulled out guns and said, "Get the fuck off"? Y'all ain't ready for that conversation,
right?
No.
Could y'all imagine if you had one of these, whether Black Lives Matter, Antifa, whatever? Because let me tell you something. In those white states where that Antifa shit happened, when them motherfuckers showed up armed to the fucking teeth, the cops didn't show up that day. They didn't show up because now you got people who are so fucking reckless, and so they don't give a fuck. They're immoral. They're reckless. If the cop looks at them the wrong way, they might just put a bullet through them. They might just do that.
They need to hurry up and retrain all them cops.
No, retraining them. Well, let me say this. I'm not anti-cop, but let me tell you this. Modern policing is totally at war with modern Generation Z and modern Generation Alpha. They are. You have an entire.
What about the millennials?
Millennials aren't as bad as Generation Z. Generation Z is pretty fucked up. And the thing about it is, Generation Z, they grew up with no church. They grew up with no parents stopping them from doing bullshit. Like their parents.
They grew up off of fucking video games.
Let me tell you, when I grew up, I'll be perfectly honest. When I grew up, I went to school where I got beat in school when I did bad shit, and I was always doing bad shit.
In front of the class.
We had corporal punishment. My teacher had a fucking ruler, and she pulled that shit out, and you had to put your hands on the desk. And she smacked you right in your ass and your legs. I got beat in front of the class.
With the yardstick.
Let me tell you something. Not a single person in that fucking class would laugh at you. Not a single person.
Everybody gets scared when somebody get their ass whooped in front of the class.
All she had to do was say, "You're next." That was all she had to do. We would take ass whippings where we would literally be dancing around. Like she's holding one hand, smacking your like you were doing this to the girls. Smacking those legs with that fucking stick. And them bitches were dancing around like it was motherfucking like a pinata.
We was getting hit just for putting bubble gum underneath the fucking desk. We'll get hit with that shit.
let me tell you something. After you got that beaten in school, depending upon the severity of the shit you did, your parents might beat you at home too. Now, y'all got no order in these households. You've got no control. You're all afraid of your own fucking kids.
It's kids raising kids.
You're right, Chuck. There's no order in
kids
house.
Raising kids.
What happened? Here's my question.
No law and order.
What happens when you've got a kid whose parents couldn't beat them, whose teachers couldn't beat them? And it's not even about beating them. What happens when you've got kids growing up with no discipline and all of a sudden they come up against the cops? What happens? It's an
They don't have no respect. They don't got no respect for nobody.
If the cops don't beat the shit out of you, they're going to put a bullet through you. And that's assuming that one of these bastard kids don't put a bullet through the cops because these motherfuckers shooting cops too. So my thing is...
At the same time, big truck, at the same time, there's some of these cops that don't need to be cops. Just like in any other field, there's any other field, you know, you might not, whether it be flipping burgers or working in a warehouse, you might not be able to perform that job correctly. And it's not for you. And this, like that with some of them cops. They like with Philando Castile, he got killed like 7 minutes away from me. You know what I mean? That cop shouldn't have been a cop. He, you know, when he was disclosing what he had, you know, he just freaked out and shot him with the little girl in the back seat.
Listen, I'm not gonna armchair quarterback Philando Castile, but I'll tell you what, if I had a gun on me, and there was even the slightest thought that a cop might mistake me for trying to get that gun and do something to him, I would have just put my hands out the window and say, "Yeah, officer, here's my license registration, and I'm going to keep my hands right here so you can see them, blah, blah, blah." Yeah, I'm going to play the game because I'm not going to give them an excuse. And that's the bottom line. Philando Castile, Sean Bell, and Ma'Khia Bryant, they gave the cop the excuse that they needed to shoot them. They gave them a fucking excuse. I'm not going to give them an excuse.
And then that cop was a scary ass cop. He didn't need to.
And by the way, you say that some cops shouldn't be cops, but guess what? The police are drawing from the exact same pool that they're getting the victims from.
Yeah,
some of these same asshole kids that are growing up.
A lot of black people from the community is not even eligible to be a cop, so they gotta get the criminal record. Police shit.
And if
Well,
they're not
I'll
policing
say
their
that.
own neighborhoods,
Well, hold
they
on.
sending them somewhere else.
Let me say this. In my own family, I've got multiple black members who have been cops, who've been corrections, and who've been special service cops. They got those jobs because number one, they didn't have any criminal records. And
Exactly.
number two, they said, I'm going to apply for the job instead of on that bullshit about stop snitching and I'm not going to be a cop. Cops are whack and shit. Here's my question. If you're not going to police your own community, who the fuck's going to do it for you? It ain't going to be you then. If you're not teachers in your community, who's going to teach your community? It's going to be some white woman that lives 30 miles away outside of your community who comes in, gets her money, gets her pension, and then goes home.
Right.
Now, what I will say is this. Yes, black women in many cases have gotten degrees and they have gone into education. That's true. But the problem that I have is that they're leaving behind broken fucking homes. And that is creating the same terrors in these classrooms that they can't deal with.
Because the woman leaves the baby father, that she try to take over and do everything herself, and it becomes a disaster in the long run for the child.
Yeah. So my thing is going forward, because I like solutions, stop marrying them, stop fucking paying them, stop supporting them. And if you let them go their own way, they'll realize it by the time they're too old. But the thing about it is, if you keep on patronizing this bullshit, then you're just going to get more of the same. There's a simple rule in economics. Government gets what it pays for. The government paid for all this shit. The government paid for the situation you're in. They finance this. They're the ones handing out these fucking welfare checks to unemployed people. They're the one expanding the welfare state. They're the one making the rules for the court that allows a woman to take half your shit. So the government gets what
it's like it's a big ass cycle that's never going to fucking get fixed. It's like it's so much fucked up shit.
Yes,
like America's fucked up because how we all have they let everybody have a fucking opinion. Well, like over in them countries, in them certain countries and shit, like they got one motherfucker that say we all gonna do this and that's the fuck it.
That's right. But understand something. The freedom of speech, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But that's the reason why I titled this video, Never Let the Inmates Run the Asylum. If you know that there's shit that don't work, don't let these motherfuckers be in charge. Don't let them be in charge. You know women don't know how to run no fucking household. Why would you let them be in charge of one? Man. Never let the inmates run the asylum. Simple comment. Yeah. Never let the inmates run the asylum. So that's
very hard not to do.
No, it's not hard. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the poorest fucking country I can find where the women have no rights at all and get one of them.
Well, what you gonna do if you out of work and she's home taking care of the child?
No, but that's her job. She's gonna be home taking care of the child. That's her job.
But you just said they can't run a house.
No.
Oh, you saying by themselves? You saying by themselves?
Yeah, by themselves.
Oh, okay.
Like, when I say by themselves, I mean a single mom. A single mom.
Right,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, right.
I'm not. No, see, listen. Understand something. Nature designed men and women the way they're designed. Nature designed men to go out and be the strong ones, to go kill animals and bring them home for food.
Right.
Nature designed women with breasts and a vagina so that they could deliver children and so that they could feed those motherfuckers at home. Women are not supposed to be in the workforce. They're not. The reason why
they go to Walmart to get milk and feed them so they can go run to the next nigga house.
You know what women are supposed to be doing? And I don't even mean to say, no, listen, I understand the realities of today's economy, but understand something. The reason why today's economy is like it is because the women in the workforce are competing with you for jobs. That's the reason why there's fewer jobs. It's because you're battling
and the Mexicans,
get jobs.
The fucking Mexicans.
No. The Mexicans aren't your problem. You know why? I'll tell you like this. You know why the Mexicans aren't your problem? The Mexicans aren't your problem is because illegal aliens, if you took the welfare away from them, number one, illegal aliens wouldn't come here if it wasn't for the welfare. That's number one. Number two, it allows you to get cheaper work. And in many cases, it's high quality work that you normally couldn't afford. So when you have somebody doing your roofing, and they charging you 1/3 what Sears charges you? Have you
I
ever
go up to the
priced-
Home Depot and get them all the time. They do
Thank you.
excellent work.
Thank you. No. Let me tell you something. They are good for you because they actually help you save money. What's bad for you is the welfare state that's taxing you in order to pay them instead of making them work harder for every dime that they get. What's hurting you is the welfare state. That's what's hurting you.
Yeah, because they keep on taxing my fucking check.
And they will tax the shit out of you and they don't give a fuck. That's
Triple
what's hurting you. I'm not against illegal aliens. I'm not. But my problem is, number one, they should be coming here legally, but our government doesn't want them all legally. Because you got to understand, Republicans want illegal aliens to work and not to vote, but Democrats want illegal aliens to vote but not to work because they interfere with the unions. So you're dealing
What
with
the fuck?
Yes, that's right. I'll say it slower. Democrats are friends of the union. They want illegal aliens here to vote for Democrats because they give them welfare, but they don't want them to work. Now,
what about you said something about the Republicans too?
Republicans want them here to work cheaply, but not to vote because they know they vote for Democrats. Let me bring your memory back.
That's some fucked up ass shit
I
they
know
be
it
doing.
is. It's really fucked up. Let me take your memory. You
God.
remember back in the days when like every single white family on television had a Mexican nanny? You remember those days? Were they fucking complaining before the recession? Were they complaining when they had their Mexican nanny? Here's a question for you. Was Arnold Schwarzenegger complaining when he was fucking his Guatemalan maid?
No, never heard shit.
Neither was Trump. Neither was Trump.
Was Trump complaining about the illegals he was hiring? No, they weren't.
Nope.
Arnold Schwarzenegger could have had any white woman on the face of the earth, and he decided that he was going to bust nuts in some useless old Guatemalan fat maid. That's what he decided that he wanted. Why? Because he saw her every day cleaning his house, bending over. Oh, Mr. Schwarzenegger, would you like some peanut? Arnold Schwarzenegger lost his damn mind. He saw those thick-ass Guatemalan fat Mexican butt cheeks, and he saw that shit, and he was like, oh, I got to have it. I got to have it. I got to have it. Arnold Schwarzenegger saw that. No, listen,
just freaking pound.
Have you seen her picture? Have you seen what she looks like?
Yeah,
My God, I'll pull that up. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
What was it? Arnold's maid and the son. Have you seen what she looks like?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh my God! And he has a son that looked just like his ass, so he couldn't even deny it.
How old was she?
I don't know, but she was old enough.
Man, she was old.
She was old enough to get banged up by the Terminator. Look at this. Look at this. This is her. That's her.
That's all about convenience.
Oh,
man. That was all about convenience.
Look at that.
What the
Arnold
fuck?
saw that. Arnold saw that cleaning and using that Dyson vacuum cleaner. Oh my God! I got to have it.
He got every goddamn thing.
He said the Dyson vacuum cleaner. Funny as shit. Big truck.
Arnold pumped her. You know how Arnold had that exercise program? I want to pump you up. Arnold pumped her up. He couldn't handle it. Look at that.
Somebody said Arnold knows that.
Look at that kid. Arnold Schwarzenegger had my idea. Look at this kid. Motherfucker look just like him.
Damn.
Yeah,
Look at that.
damn sure looks just like
Goddamn
his
shit.
ass. He already in the gym doing lifts and weights and shit like that.
I got to have it.
That's a goddamn shame, bro.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger said, yeah, I'm going to get me this Mexican Guatemalan man. I'm going to pump you up. He could, man, that's what she looked like when he was banging her, because she looked a little bit better then. But he couldn't handle it. He saw that when she was running that Dyson vacuum cleaner every day, cooking his meals, making that tacos and burritos. Arnold Schwarzenegger gave her a burrito. Couldn't handle it. And believe me, if you got one of these foreign chicks, you wouldn't be able to handle it either.
Keys to a man's horse through his stomach.
I got to have it.
Once you start cooking every day and started cleaning every day,
Right, man,
about that time.
I got to have it. Get to the chopper. I son of a bitch look just like him.
Type of nigga.
Man,
Damn, sure do.
Oh,
he tore her apart. I got to fuck you up. Tore her up, man. Had a damn kid look just like him.
just like
Jesus
him.
Christ.
Damn, bro.
Man,
crazy.
listen, I bet he was happy. I bet he was real happy, unlike Shriver. Shriver wasn't making
She
him happy.
ain't a bad looking lady.
Shriver,
Are
and
they
by the
still
way,
together or no?
looking at these photos, I don't even, man. Well, you know how they are. They'll claim they together, and then they'll have like those crazy fake marriages. That was her right there. Her, and she got that crazy looking hook nose, and he was like, "Nah, I want tacos and burritos."
She
I want
want
quesadillas.
he want quesadillas and fajitas.
Yes, hi. I have a steak quesadilla with extra nacho cheese, extra ranch sauce, and I have extra beans.
Bring more
And the
tacos.
empanada. Type of nigga.
You know the white women don't cook no good food.
I want those empanadas. He know what time it
Arroz
is.
con polo.
He knows exactly what time it is. He know exactly what time it was. He knew. But man, let me tell you something. You'll got to get yourselves some passports. Get yourselves some passports. We need to fly to the backwoods of Africa where you need an elephant gun just to protect yourself from the elephants. And we get some food.
Elephants aren't a threat.
Man,
Elephants
COVID
aren't a
fucked
threat
up my
until they
whole
decide to stampede
vacation
your
plan.
ass.
I'm going right in one of
you're
those
right.
huts over there.
Let me tell you something. You need to have guns out there just because of the fucking lion stalking your ass.
Oh yeah. If a lion tried to kill your ass, they're like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Well, no, keep in mind, man. No, God never invented a lion that could stand up to a 50 caliber Desert Eagle.
No.
No, he didn't. Yeah, but that's that, man. I was waiting for Sister George to come in here so she could explain what happened on our panel and why they felt they needed to kick me. But she's in her panel with her couple of people still watching that shit. But I guess she ain't coming anytime soon. But listen, that's what I'm saying, man. I tell you, if you give them enough time, they're gonna destroy your community beyond what it's already been destroyed. They're gonna destroy it. Liberal feminists, they are the reason why shit is the way it is right now.
As soon as Biden got into office, this show ain't no good.
It's only gonna get worse.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you honestly, Trump didn't do anything to stop the welfare state. In fact, he was the one signing those goddamn checks in the first place. And then Biden is just signing bigger ones. The government itself is
the more them stimulus checks they keep on putting out is messing up the economy. Everything's going up sky high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can see
Joe
the
Biden
rise
raised the
in prices.
taxes, bro.
But you know what? Here's the problem. Here's the problem. They are purposefully keeping these cities closed, and they are using that as a pretext to give out more welfare. And the welfare is hurting you more than not having welfare. But you know who can't survive without the welfare? The single moms can't. They can't survive because it's not
when they get control of this corona, it's going to be rich and poor. That's it.
But there is rich and poor. That's how it always is. It's always like that. In the old days, there was a king and there was serfs. It was always like that. It's never you know why wealth disparity will never change? It's because some people, when they get money, they decide that they're going to just put it in savings, and some people decide they're going to put it in stocks, and some people decide they're going to buy an old, used, raggedy Mercedes with it. That's the reason why we always have rich and poor. You know why? It's because some people put it into savings, some people put it into stocks, some people buy Air Jordans. That's why. So the people who say, and by the way, the whole thing that I said originally about you needing to be married and passing down wealth to your children, that is how you stop the cycle of poverty. These bitches openly are saying that they are trying to destroy the male patriarchy in the male dominated household. They're telling you that. She said it in this video that I linked. The bitch said it.
So let me get this straight. They're trying to destroy the male patriarchy, i.e., let the woman be running the household.
Yes.
Me personally, I don't know how that shit goes, so I can't say shit. But the thing about it is, the man always run the household. Always has.
Yeah, but that's how it works, and there's natural reasons why it works that way. They are trying to destroy the patriarchy. They're trying to make it possible for women to subsist without men. They are trying to expand the welfare state. They're trying to keep checks coming to
That's
women.
why when you go to court
So wait,
to get child support, is a lose-lose for all men when you go down there.
And let me tell you something. I am not against child support, but what I am against is women getting pregnant just to draw out of a man's bank account.
No,
Right.
but listen, Big Truck, they need to make
Yep.
some of them females. They need to do credit checks on them. If they got bad credit, you shouldn't have to pay them no child support because all they doing when you give them the money is fucking it up anyway.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. The problem is the woman is considered to be the primary caregiver by the courts. So as far as they're concerned, the money will come in for the child, go to her. She will take the money and spend it where it needs to be spent. The problem is we all know that that's bullshit because these women are going to do their hair with it. They're going to pay their phone bills. They're going to buy fucking bullshit, go Gucci and fucking Prada and stupid shit. They're going to go out there dressing like whores in order to find some other simp to get another baby by.
Yeah,
You
Proper
already
garden
know
too.
what it is.
It's big business for them.
It is.
Proper garden
It's a
too.
business.
This is big business.
It's a business.
Right.
Yeah,
Our
they get
business.
rich off that. If they were smart, and if they would invest that money that they're getting from all their baby fathers, they'd be a fucking rich woman. But they be fucking it up buying dumb shit, getting their nails done, hair done, cars and shit.
I agree.
Here's my thing.
They will be
Yeah,
rich.
See, I looked
That's
up,
how
though,
you know
my
they
baby
don't know how to
mom.
run a household right then and there. Because if they were smart, they would have invested in good shit.
But you know what? Here's the problem. I can't blame the women entirely because again, it takes two to tango. If you know that they are like this,
If a woman takes her birth control, you'll never have a baby with her. As soon as she cuts it off, she ain't got to tell you shit. She has the baby.
But here's the thing. You should not be, and I think more men understand now because there's been studies showing black men are using protection more now than ever. But you
That's
should
because
never.
we fucked up.
The Honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us to marry before you carry. Do not have children with a woman who you're not married to. And if that's the case, then you shouldn't be sleeping with her either.
So here's my question: why hasn't that been done before?
Why
and then everybody's learning about it now.
Why hasn't what been
done? I fucked up 5 times, Big Truck.
Basically,
you fucked up 5 times, but with the same woman, I hope.
Nah.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is everybody's now using protection more than ever. Then why hasn't been done before?
No, black men.
Well, no, I said black men specifically, but I want you to understand something. If you look up teen pregnancy rates, you will see that there's a massive downward trend. Part of the reason why they've got these illegal aliens coming in is to replace us. We're not getting married. We're not fucking. We're not having children at the rate needed to sustain this government the way it is. They don't have enough workers.
Basically, Americans ain't fucking on a regular.
Well, no. It's not so much that you're not fucking. It's that you're not having families. You're
like
not married.
That's basically what I was saying. They're not having babies.
So that's probably why so many gays and lesbians around now. Like,
The one
they ain't having no kids.
Well, gays and lesbians, see, the thing about it is they can't procreate by themselves. So now you've got to watch over your shoulder for some lesbian who's going to use you just to get pregnant. Because a lot of them ain't got $10,000 to go to no fucking in vitro fertilization.
Basically, go to the sperm bank, get inseminated that way.
A lot of them don't want. You got to understand that costs money. A lot of them ain't got that kind of money, so they're trying to figure out a way to make it covered by their medical expenses, which it should never be. But the thing about it is, they are trying to procreate themselves, but they can't.
I had a couple come to me one time and ask me could they pay me for my sperm so they could have a child. Like, I'm like, hell no. Like, fuck that.
They need a dude to fuck so they can get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's the problem.
One, though, man.
You have to be on the lookout for any woman who would use you just to get pregnant. I'm not just talking about lesbians. What about older women who are about to hit the wall and can no longer have children?
There's
They
some
will
women
use you.
in their 40s that to this day can still get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, still. And my thing is, it's too late for them to get pregnant when you're past like 35, 40, but it's still possible for them to get pregnant.
There they
For
go
them,
again,
it's still dangerous. To
getting
them,
pregnant at a late age so they can strand the baby again.
it's
They want
still
to raise it by
dangerous for
themselves
not
and
only
strand the baby.
it's still dangerous for not only for the baby but to them as well, because they've been exposed to all the toxic fumes in the air and all that, like carbon monoxide, the toxic chemicals, all this stuff that we have around the world.
But listen, we have a culture here at this point that is so bad and so toxic that it's allowing this type of ideology to literally tear the country apart. It's literally allowing that to happen. You know? So my thing is, it's like you just got to be more careful. I tell you, I refuse to marry an American woman. I absolutely refuse. I would not do it. I've told my
Jeff, I got a
parents. I
question.
told my parents this. I told my parents exactly what I said here. I will get a foreign wife. I will get one from a country that doesn't do divorce, even whether she's Muslim or whether she's
Wait,
Filipino,
you
whatever it is.
actually go for Muslim?
I
Oh
actually have
yeah,
a friend.
no. Listen, I dated an Algerian.
What?
I dated an Algerian chick. She was pretty. I did Algerian. There's some beautiful women, yo.
Oh,
I have a friend
man.
that's what he did. He went to Dominica and got his self a girl. We used to tease him about it all the time, but now I
Yeah,
understand why
now
he
who's
did it.
laughing? And who's
Yep,
laughing now?
yep.
I'll say it again. My uncle.
And yo,
my-
she
my-
does everything from she don't speak a lick of English, and he don't really understand her like that, but he understands a majority of it more as time goes on. But it's been working out good for him. They
because
go
you
back
know
and
why?
forth.
But you got to
Huh?
understand. See, what nobody talks about is that there are women in other countries who are indoctrinated to be wives. They are indoctrinated from the moment that they're born to be a good mother and to be a good wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just in DR. There are other countries too. But the
Yeah.
thing about it is, these women in this country are not indoctrinated to be good wives and mothers and sisters and all that shit. They're
What
not. They
country
have no responsibility at all.
Big
They
Charlie got
looking
a
for the
question.
come up.
What country you think would be the best place to get a wife from? I think it might be China. Them want to treat you like kings.
I lived in China and I know that very well. Yes, they do. But I'll tell you like this. It depends what you like. Some men don't like Asian women. If you like Asian women, I would suggest Thailand, Philippines, China, or Japan or Korea, because a lot of black men who are in the military, they go to Korea, they go to Japan, they meet a Japanese Korean woman, they fall in love. Them niggas refuse to come back to America because they got it so good over there. And I recently went to South Korea. I went with a Chinese friend, an old girlfriend. We had a great time, peaceful, fabulous time. I saw black men over there, happy as fuck. I got a picture. I'll even pull it up. Happy as fuck over there. And
Let's
would
go.
never come
Serious?
back. There's a
It
black
makes it
man.
easier for you too, Truck, because you know how to speak their language.
Well, I know how to speak Chinese. So I don't really know the other. I don't really do the other languages. But I'll tell you this: every black man that I met over there was happy as fuck and would never come back here.
Are
Ever.
you serious?
Man,
Yeah.
Big Truck, I was supposed to go to Cebu, Philippines last
Oh,
summer.
Cebu, really?
I was supposed to go there, but Corona fucked all that up.
Well, no.
Man.
Listen, all you got to do, and you don't even have to go to Cebu. You could go to Manila and easily meet somebody. But if you want to go to Cebu, fine by me. But the thing
So
about
I mean,
it
but what Cebu is like,
Cebu is Manila is the happening place. Manila is like New York City in the Philippines. If you go to Manila, there are surrounding areas where you can meet singles. And last time I went, if you watch my video, I went to Quezon City. And it's an outskirt. It's like not really a suburb because that place is highly crowded in certain areas. The reason why people go to Cebu is because it's a beach environment, but it's a little bit more expensive than staying in Manila, and you have access to more services if you stay in Manila. That doesn't mean you can't go to Cebu. It's just that if you go to certain places, it's easier to meet people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But
all right.
my bottom line is this. You can meet women. You can meet marriage-minded women. Women, and you'll realize it right away. They do everything for you. They cook for you, clean for you, cut your toenails, all types of shit, like shit that you never even think of. And they
They treat you like
recognize.
that at the massage parlor.
Well, yeah, but that's how that's how they are indoctrinated, whether they're sex workers or not. Even the regular women who have jobs, they are indoctrinated to be wives. They are not indoctrinated to be selfish, greedy feminists. That's not what they're there for.
For Christ's sake, you can see them when they driving around in town. They sit in the back seat and let their husbands be in the front.
Some cultures handle things differently, but for the most part, they are doing a hell of a lot better than we are.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
but
are.
John,
Yes,
but this seems to be
I
a problem
concur.
in the black community, though. Like, I mean,
It
with the
is.
black females.
it is.
So, like,
But no.
what?
Also, well, hold on. Before I let you go on that, I'm going to say it again. White liberal feminism created this problem. And just like it's fucked up the black community, it's also tearing the white community apart too. If you take a look at their illegitimacy rates, it's going up. The difference is white women are higher on the dating totem pole than black women are. It's easier for a white woman who's got a kid to find another man than it is for a black woman who has a kid to find another man to be a husband. It's easier for white women in this country. They are higher on the totem pole.
You're right.
But I will say
Why
this.
is that?
Why is that? It's because this country's culture, its underlying overarching culture, praises white female femininity. So all the superstars are white. All of the
And you can
superstars.
tell, like every time a black man that's successful marries a white woman, his success be even greater.
Yeah, well,
Look at Michael
right.
Strahan.
well, some of them do better. Some of them are fucked
No,
up
we ain't gonna
individuals
talk about
who end up
OJ.
divorced. Because the problem is, you may mention Michael Strahan, but you don't want to mention OJ Simpson.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
You might mention.
OJ Simpson.
So you got to understand, there's a lot of fucked up white women out there too, and they would be just the ones to end up with the black guy who they plan on divorcing and taking half his shit too. Because you got to understand, the culture itself is toxic. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. The culture's toxic.
Everybody
All
else
women are going down in quality. All of them. All
in
of
this
them.
country.
The illegitimacy rates are rising. The divorce rates among whites are rising.
Especially after the pandemic.
Oh, of course. The shit. Domestic violence skyrocketed. Do you think that if you were married to somebody that you really love, that you'd lose your fucking mind because you're stuck in the house with her? No.
Right.
Damn day.
And they beat the shit out of them. They beat some. And I'll tell you what. I want you to remember, some of those cultures, the women grew up indoctrinated to be wives. They have seen their own mothers being slapped around by their fathers for getting out of pocket. And most of those women will not divorce their husbands, even if their husband has to lay a hand on them for whatever reason. I'm not saying that he should. I'm just saying a lot of those women, they'll suffer in silence. The Asian community is well known for that shit. When these Chinese men, when they go get drunk and they drink that fire water and they come home and they got that ho shui in them, that fire water, man, they beat their wives for fun. Did you see that? What was that shit? Not the Joy Luck Club, or I think maybe it was the Joy Luck Club. And that Chinese husband was beating the shit out of his wife, and she drowned the babies. Y'all know
Yeah, I
what
heard
movie?
about it.
Was
I
that the
did
Joy
see
Luck
that.
Club?
No.
Wait, it was one of those movies, but there was a Chinese woman. Her husband was cheating on her in front of her face. He was bringing bitches home and slapping the shit out of her. And she ended up drowning the babies because she was afraid of him. Y'all know a movie. I think that was the Joy Luck Club. Y'all know a movie.
That's crazy.
But that shit. No, let me tell you something. Those Asian women, they suffer in silence. Now, I would never hit a woman. I'm not condoning violence, but let me just say,
you gotta admire it.
It's not that I admire it. It's just that I'm just saying that it's something that they do. It's just something that happens. You know, I'm not admiring it. I'm just saying it happens.
No, I get you, but like, you feel me? It's their job. You feel me? Like, as a female to like serve.
It's their job as a female to be subservient. The women here won't even, Kevin Samuels pointed out for you, they won't even smile for you. How about that shit? They won't even smile for you. You don't deserve a smile. They walk around.
From the Asians, you saying?
I'm talking about black women.
Kevin
Samuels on one of the honorable Kevin Samuels on one of his.
Yeah, I watch him all the time. Big truck.
The honorable.
Yes, I'm going to treat Kevin from now on. Kevin Samuels,
breaking it down.
From now on, Kevin Samuels is Elijah Muhammad. He is now the honorable Kevin Samuels.
Honorable Kevin Samuels.
From now on, when you speak of Kevin Samuels, you must say the honorable Kevin Samuels.
No Kevin will be tolerated.
He teaches us that some women run at the first sign of trouble, and some women stay and they hammer it out and they stay married.
Mm-hmm.
The honorable Kevin Samuels teaches us that.
Yep.
Hey,
definitely do.
I just started learning about the brother. You know what I mean? Like I just recently came up on him, man.
Yeah, his show is fire, man. Everything.
Man,
he has like 20,000 people every night listening to him.
He don't lift his foot up off their neck neither. He gets them all.
No, he don't. Yeah, he don't.
He doesn't play like the shit that I had to endure in this stupid forum a little while ago. Kevin Samuels would have ate them for lunch. Ate them lunch. But I'm telling you, this is what you've got to deal with, and you've got to figure out. You've got to figure out a way to deal with it.
So, John, you're basically telling people to look into other cultures besides the black, you feel me, community?
Yes. If you want a black wife, I would recommend an African first instead of a black wife. Instead of an American black wife.
Yeah,
what I'm saying
to
is
Nigeria,
America itself is toxic and has poisoned these women. Poisoned them.
Yeah.
And if you partake of that poison, you too will be poisoned.
The internet is raising all of them now.
Yeah, and that's not good.
That's not good.
And these reality shows.
That's not good. Why do you think they're taking on all of these violent attitudes? It's because they're watching all this fucking television. They're losing their goddamn minds. This is not natural.
They're not going to work because they're on welfare.
Well, a lot of
them got plenty of time to watch shit and play with their phones.
Right now, they're trying to figure out a way to make it so that women are getting paid to do nothing and to be nothing. They are literally trying to do that. They want to send home checks for nothing. That's what they're doing.
So they want the women to be lay on their back hoes.
To lay on their back and have as many children as they can have. That's what they want.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked up with my son's mother, you know what I mean? Like,
and by the way, I can't make this up. They literally tell you that's what they want. They literally tell it to you. They say it in so many words. Oh, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to be a stay-at-home mom with a high-value man that makes $100,000 or $300,000. Where the fuck are you going to get a man that makes $300,000 that wants your ugly ass with your Stargate tattoo?
They want that caliber of dude. What they're gonna do for the man?
Exactly. Nothing. They bring nothing to the table.
Nothing. Look at
the first they asked for was a pair of sneakers. Like what?
They bring nothing to.
They bring a whole lot of attitude.
There's a Venn diagram that asks men, what is it that men get out of marriage, and what do women get out of marriage? Women get everything out of marriage. Men get like nothing.
Look at Father's Day. You don't get shit on Father's Day. Mother's Day, they give them all the goodies.
But here's the thing. Father's Day, the mother, the wife is supposed to cook a meal, a big grand meal, or this, that, and other, and maybe celebrate both fathers, her father, the husband, and but that doesn't happen. Half of them can't cook. So what do they want to do? They want to go out for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me I can't stay home and have a meal cooked? Because I'll tell you, that's another thing. If I ever ended up with a foreign black woman, she bet to be able to cook that oxtail.
Yeah.
I want that oxtail. I'm going to show her. I want oxtail, white rice, and I want some lime slices in it.
Collard greens and cornbread.
Maybe. Collard greens, cornbread. She better be able to cook.
And need some of that curry goat too, man.
Most of these women can't cook. They can't cook. They can't cook nothing. They can't even heat up ramen noodles.
Right.
Damn, not even a pack of fucking noodles.
Not even a
You
pack.
eating out the microwave for 40 years.
Not even a pack of noodles. You can't ask them for anything. They start complaining. Oh, I came home late. You can go get food yourself. Wait a minute. You're not supposed to be coming home late.
You're right.
And I've seen it. Like if you take a look at married couples that actually stay married, chances are the woman's doing what she needs to be doing.
That happened 2 generations ago. After that, it was no more.
But as time goes on, it's going to get worse.
Oh,
It really
yeah.
is.
Yes.
It's going to get so bad. It is going to get so bad given time. You won't even imagine.
80% of the women is going to die alone these days.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried. Let me tell you something. I ain't worried about them. I ain't worried
there's more
about
women than men anyway. It's way more women.
them. Exactly.
So
And you think that they'd be smart.
Right, exactly. And yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of women that go die alone. Just off that simple fact. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's not enough niggas to go around.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so,
You're right about that.
That's why I tell
They
young men,
dying at a young age and they getting locked up.
I tell young men, you need to focus on building yourself. You need to focus on building your credit. You need to focus on building your own wealth. Don't worry about these women because the earlier they get you, the more of a disadvantage you're at.
All right.
Financially.
Not only financially, but a man doesn't mature until he's like in his 30s and 40s. A man doesn't really get mature. See, if a man is working and he's in a career and he's slowly building himself up, by the time he's in his 30s or 40s, he's basically wealthy compared to your average woman who would be doing the same thing he's doing. A man is going to make more.
I would
And a
be way
man's
farther
going to do
ahead.
it better.
I would be way farther ahead than I am now if I wasn't letting these bitches trip me up. I started driving early when I was like 23, and I couldn't even start driving right out the gate because of my wife. She watched me go to trucking school, but once I get out of trucking school ready to make this money, you're like, oh, I don't want you to go, blah, 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 you know what I mean? And
yeah, they stop us.
Problems.
Yep, they stop us from making money sometimes. Yep.
Yeah, she stopped my money a couple of times.
Once you're mature in your career, there's no stopping you. And the sad thing is, the problem is it takes abstaining. Like, and granted, listen, I'm not saying you need to be alone, but if you want to get a wife, you need to do it for a foreign wife, and you need to do it early.
Like how early?
Once you're secure in your career where you can afford to do that.
Right.
Because the problem is you're not going to be able to travel if you ain't got no money. Obviously.
True.
Exactly.
But once you start making that money, that's when you can set the rules. You can set the state. And listen, there's foreign women who come to America too, and they're coming from good cultures, good backgrounds, and everything. Those are the ones you need to go after. Not these fake hair having welfare. You don't want that.
Oh man, I hate that shit, bro.
Right, I hate weaves.
I hate weave.
Them dumbass eyelashes that look like forks.
Exactly,
fake hair,
bro.
Fake hair, no hair, and a nose ring and a Stargate tattoo.
Man.
It's a damn shame what we got to. We've got some shitty choices, man. We got some shitty ass choices.
Slim pickings.
We got some shitty choice. As far as I'm concerned, they're all sloppy seconds at this point.
Oh man,
seconds. Yeah. That's a compliment.
Sloppy seconds.
He said that's a compliment, right? It's sloppy 20ths. Goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's a damn shame. And now they want to legalize prostitution so the women get ruined that much earlier. Really?
What the fuck?
They want to legalize. They want to call it sex work, and they want to legalize this shit.
Ain't that another word for strippers?
It's another word for prostitute.
Bro, the way he said
ain't
it,
it already legalized in Vegas? They do the same thing in Vegas already, right?
Well, Vegas was. Well, here's the question: How great is Vegas? Vegas is already pretty fucked up from what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in Vegas station
there?
there?
Bunny Ranch and shit out there.
Yeah, man, you don't want to deal with that.
And I made a comment on my community tab shit. if legalized prostitution reached the globe, it's gonna fuck every female up, every last one.
I'll never get married if that's the case.
How you doing, my hard-working brothers?
Hi, what's up?
What's up?
What
man?
up?
All right, man. I'm listening to y'all, man, and the longer I listen, the more and more everything making sense.
I
I'm
took this
telling you.
photo. I took this photo in Korea. His brother and his Korean chick, and they didn't
Oh,
know I
wow.
took that photo. I was just standing there taking it. But
She
he
a
was,
cutie.
oh yeah, he a lucky dude. But that 20 years or not 20 years, 20 years ago, that was me when I was in China. 20 years ago, this dude.
Wow.
That's you?
I had one. I got more photos, but let me tell you something. I was never happier than to number one not be here, and to number two to be meeting nice women where I wasn't worried about some shit. Just treat me nice, like I never been treated so nice.
Mm.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I love my black women, you know, and everything. But I will tell you, you hear that damn fart can in the back? Fucking
Yeah, I hear that. I
But-
hear that.
I heard that.
yeah,
Honda
motherfucking
Civic.
Ricers.
man, damn them damn guys. It's like every time you about to say something, they always come right past it. Like it's like they just pop up like they spine up.
Ricers.
I swear,
You be ready
man.
to shoot at one of them motherfuckers because you think you getting shot at.
I don't really care for Camaros, but earlier I seen a Camaro tear one of them motherfuckers' asses up on the expressway. I mean, that dude was getting it. Hey, I'm here in Chicago, man. It's like 70 degrees out here, man. So, you know, the weather's getting nice and everything. So people want to drop the tops. But anyway, I'm married. I have a wife. She's Mexican, and
Let's go.
Good job.
Hey, low key, Mexican women are good women too, though. Low-key.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got a lot of them around me. I got Mexicans, El Salvadorians, and Dominicans around here.
Yeah.
I think I need to step by the NYC.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome, and they know how to treat their men.
Yep.
They know how to treat their men. That's the one thing I got to give them.
I gotta learn that NYC accent, like coffee and other stuff.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what it is. That's just the way we speak up here.
I think it's more of an Italian.
Yes, it's Italians and Jews, because most of our media has shaped us. Most of it came from them.
Yeah.
So the accents that you hear the most are theirs.
Yeah. And then from the Bronx, it sound like most of you guys are from Jamaica. Well, Jamaica, Queens, right?
In here.
Yeah, but that's what you got to do, boys. You got to get yourself some foreign women's.
Yo, John, you got any stock advice? Any,
Well, I kind of wanted to do stocks on another. Like I think maybe Saturday I was going to do an investment thing, but basically when it comes to stocks, I'm still sticking with I'm focusing on my dividends. As you saw, I got the Robinhood card. I'm not buying crypto, but I do have a computer mining it. So I'm not buying it, but I am hedging my bets by mining the shit using computers. So I'm not buying crypto, but I am buying dividend-paying stock. Recently, I took Visa and MasterCard stakes. So not very large, just $2,000.
What you think about the tech companies, Big Truck?
And the tech companies they're up and down, man. It's like right now.
I've been looking at them. Yeah.
You know the problem is the tech companies are doing really well, but if you're going into their stocks to make money, you got to remember a lot of the people who put money in them. When it comes time for those mortgages to get paid, it comes time for them student loans to get paid, they're going to pull their money out. And when they pull their money out, you're going to see crash after crash. You're going to see cycles of crashes.
Man, I'm still learning that this stock market thing, Big Truck. Like, one thing you said not to do is something I'm struggling with is, don't fall in love with a stock. I'll have a stock
Never.
and it'll be doing great, but then they'll start falling off, and instead of me selling it to get the gains, I just let it, fucking lose all my money that,
You never
that I
fall in
gained.
love. Never fall in
Right,
love
I'm
with a
learning
stock.
that.
Never
So
fall
how you know
in
when
now.
to pull out, Big Truck?
love. But I'll say this though. Your
I
stock-
should have learned how to pull out when I'm fucking baby mama. Shit, I should have learned how to pull out then.
if you
Right.
have dividend paying stocks, the dividend payers are the ones you want to hold on to. The dividend payers. But regular stocks, don't fall in love with them shits. So as you can see, like my dividend earner list hasn't changed that much. I still like Sunoco for payments for dividend returns. I like Visa, MasterCard. Both of them have like 3.5 or what's their amount? What their yields are pretty the yields are pretty good. Visa and MasterCard is here somewhere. I think it's what 50.56. But the high ones, I like oil. Oil companies are the best place to have money for returns right now.
Man, I got
Even
into
though the
the oil
airlines is
stock
not
too.
flying right now, the school buses ain't running.
Yeah, right now. But the airlines and the cruise lines are going to come back eventually. It may take a year, it may take two. But the thing about it is there is value there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so John, I got a question for you real quick.
Yes.
You sell all of your Tesla stock, or did you rebuy in when the stock split came in, or?
I sold a lot of it in order to pay off one of my houses.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. And the rest I ended up having to pay for taxes, and some of it I kept in there. But right now, Tesla is not really performing as well as you'd want it to be performing. There are other stocks doing better. You know, I have to wonder how much further can they go. Now, they claim that they made a profit off of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's been like crazy, so I don't know if it's true. Maybe it is. I don't know.
They said in the earnings report they sold 10% of it, which is, I don't know.
Yeah, so my thing is, if it was, listen, if they, you know, because you got to remember, there are some people who pay them with Bitcoin. So if people are willing to pay them with Bitcoin, they're always going to have a stake in it.
You're right.
Yep.
But my thing is, Bitcoin is not the big move right now. Right now, the big move is Ethereum. And as you can see, Dogecoin ain't doing shit.
It's really not.
Maybe three.
Dogecoin. I got
yeah,
in
Dogecoin. They had everybody hyped up for that fucking Dodge Day. They didn't do a goddamn thing.
And remember when Elon invested in it?
Yeah, no. Elon Musk never said he never invested money because he never gave us a number. He was hyping it up, but he never actually said he put his money into it.
I thought they said he put his money in
like
it.
$400 off.
Did
he give you a real number? Because I never saw him give a real number.
Didn't he lose money from his stock?
If he lost money, he should have lost money after he bought Tesla and Tesla dropped. No, not Tesla. He bought Bitcoin. And Bitcoin dropped. Every time Bitcoin drops under 50,000, he has to be losing.
Oh, okay.
I get you, but he said he was going to hold on to Bitcoin for liquidity because he said he was looking all over the place, and like Bitcoin, you could pull out instantly the same day. You know, go to the bank and get your money out. That's the reason he said he invested in it.
Yeah, it makes so much sense to have Bitcoin for liquidity when he could have cash.
Millions of cash? Like, where would he stash it or hide it? Or
no, well, he could invest in other stocks.
Yeah, but like other stocks that are not crypto, it takes days or to settle the money and then move it to your bank and then.
When I sell stocks, my money is usually settled almost immediately.
Oh, because you're with TD.
Yeah,
bank,
TD
right?
America. I don't use that.
Oh, that's why.
I don't use those like those shitty transfer services that don't have good executions. When I sell a stock with TD Ameritrade, it doesn't matter how much I sell. That shit is ready that hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. My bad.
Yeah, but no, some of these things are slow though. And I know he's too rich of a man to be in a slow fucking shitty execution track. I refuse to believe that he is. But then the thing about it is, can you really believe anything he says? The guy's fucking crazy.
You know what I did? I didn't have money to invest in Tesla, but what I did was I invested into the charging stations like that powers the electric cars, like ChargePoint.
Yeah, I mean, listen, those things are okay if you have money that you're willing to risk and the investment, but those are long. You're not going to get rich overnight on those things.
You got to get stuff that got dividends in it, right?
Yeah, if you do dividends, you'll be better off because at least if your money is there getting dividends, you won't be upset that your money is sitting there not doing anything because at least it'll be collecting dividends. But the problem with a lot of the market right now is because you've got these millennials and Generation Z in it, it makes no sense. I mean, there's no reason why Dogecoin should have any value at all They told you the shit is a fucking joke. People are still pouring money into it. Why?
There's a big ass
it-
Ponzi scheme.
Exactly.
It really is. Yeah.
It really, really is.
I don't understand why
really
the people that created it is not locked up yet.
No, it's because if you do a Ponzi scheme and you do it in a legal way, then they can't come after you.
Oh.
See, well, you know who they went after? They went after Tether because Tether was trying to make itself seem as if they were a hedge against the U.S. dollar and that they were backed up by U.S. dollars. The government said, fuck that. And they're going after them just like they went after Ripple. But see, my thing is, I don't feel comfortable with cryptocurrency because it's highly volatile. I trust banks, I trust oil companies, all of which pay dividends. I trust telecommunication. I like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going after things that I know are going to keep paying. Visa, MasterCard. If you look at they've been like nothing but up for the last like 10 years.
Walmart.
Walmart too. Walmart feeds people.
But Walmart stocks high as shit.
Walmart, Amazon, they feed people.
Amazon ain't gonna do nothing but keep going up. They keep building more.
Well, you know why Amazon keeps going up? Because Amazon doesn't pay a dividend. So that's why, like, their stock is extraordinarily high. You can't even buy, like, unless you're rich, you can't buy individual shares of Amazon. It's like it's high as fuck.
Walmart's is like one of the richest families in America.
Oh yeah, and it will continue to be.
Yep.
See, I don't need, like, all these people complain about the top 10%. I don't need to be the top 3 or the top 1%. I don't need to be that high. But I will settle for being in the top 10%.
Right. I get my money off the tail end.
And you know what? It's easy to be in the top 10%. All you have to do is have a paid off house, no debt, and just be making a little bit more than $10,000 a year. It's easy to be in the top 10% because what has most people fucked up is their debt. Their debt has them in a negative net worth. If you pay off your house and you have no credit card debt, you're already in the top 10%. That's how fucked up.
You know what I noticed? As soon as those stimulus checks came out, I noticed.
You noticed what?
Yeah, your mic cut out.
Yeah, we lost you there. But no, all I'm saying is you got to focus on good investment. Your house is your best investment. It's better than renting. If you own your own house, that gives you real equity. If you don't own your own house, all you're doing is paying somebody else's rent.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the main thing. You don't even have to have a really, really nice house. You just have to have a house that's paid off. That's all.
Can you guys hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay. Now I was saying that that as soon as that stimulus check started to come out, I noticed like all the electronics and stuff started becoming like really cheap, like able to buy like the TVs and all of that type of stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? And my uncle, he used to serve in the military, and he told me that this is a crazy thing. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, he seemed to know what he's talking about. He said he's like, a lot of waves of war don't come in guns, missiles, or nothing. He's like, that's a lot of that is a form of war. He's like, they overseas, they know what the hell we doing over here. They know they handing out some stimulus checks. He's like, so that's what they do.
Hey John, can I ask you a question real quick, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think of China? Like, because of like the coronavirus, like I'm thinking we should go to war. You feel me? Because like
it's not
we've
gonna
gone
happen.
to war for less.
It's not gonna happen. Because first of all, I don't believe that the coronavirus was intentional, but even if it was, America is in no shape to go to war with China because you can't just go to war with China. It would be going to war with Russia. It would be going to war with Russia, China, and fucking North Korea, and any of China's other allies. And believe me, a lot of countries hate America right now. You wouldn't be going to war with just China.
They got
We
them
got
damn
Canada,
TVs for sale. Them TVs is cheap as hell. We at
So
war
we
with
think
China
we still be
already,
number
and they
one
winning.
market.
But that's been my whole point. You can't beat China because China already owns your goddamn retail market. So how are you going to go to a war with a country that's making all of your shit?
That's what
And
everybody is
your
doing with them
own money
stimulus
too.
checks. They taking the stimulus checks. They buying these fucking 70-inch TVs for cheap as hell, and that's what they just sitting back laughing at our ass.
The money
Well,
going
not
straight to
me,
China. You're right.
but huh?
I'm saying you're right. The money going straight to China because everybody
Nah.
buying TVs and stupid shit. So the money just going back to them.
Yeah, and they have every right to be laughing at us because we've put ourselves so deep in a fucking hole. At this point, it's unrecoverable.
Basically, they're going to be asking for their debts.
Well, you know what? Their debts are going to be paid every time you go out and buy something.
The freaking national debt is still up.
So that means you're going to be paying their debt forever, and your children and your children's children. The best you can do, buy yourself some property because it's the one thing they can't take from you.
Yeah, but the property taxes keep going up. You say each year.
Yeah, property. Listen, once your house is paid off, property taxes is no worry to you.
Oh,
If you can get a paid off house, you ain't got to worry about no property taxes. That's the bottom line, bro. That's the bottom line. But they are desperate. They are trying to fuck us over. They are trying to make this the worst place you could possibly live in. And ultimately, they will literally take your shit from you and leave you in debt. I'm trying to tell you, don't let it happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But listen, guys, we've been on here for 2 hours and some minutes. And at this point, I'm exhausted. And I want to thank you guys for coming through. And I got that energy off my chest. I let him have it. Sister Georgia, I see, didn't come back. I was hoping she was going to come back, but she didn't. But all I can say is don't let no bald head, fucking nose ring having, Stargate tattoo wearing monstrosity. Don't let him tell you nothing, and don't let him change you. Just don't. Do your thing. Build your wealth. Let them rot in the dumpster where they belong. All right, guys.
All right, man.
Thanks, everybody, for coming through. The Honorable Kevin Samuels is coming on soon, and it is sacrilege for me to be on while he's on. I have to, y'all go listen to him so he can give you some real knowledge, more than I'll ever be able to muster. Watch him tear down these liberal feminist atrocities one by one. He's coming on in about 7 minutes. So everybody, I want you to turn to the east and be prepared to pray to the Almighty, the Honorable Kevin Samuels. I want everybody right now to turn to the east and be prepared to pray for him. Pray with him.
Oh man.
all right, man.
Okay?
Alrighty.
The Honorable Kevin Samuels.
Finally, somebody is fighting for us.
Somebody is fighting for you, and you have to back them. You got to.
That's how I knew Ricky Lake. That's how I knew Sally J.
The Honorable Kevin Samuels is your new Oprah. So everybody, please, thank you for coming. Everybody, please turn to the east and be prepared to give it up for the Honorable Kevin Samuels. Thank you for coming through. I don't know what the next topic will be that'll get me pissed off enough to do a live stream, but I don't know what it'll be, but I can only promise you it'll be very organic, whatever it is. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be organic. So thanks for coming through. I'm logging off. Y'all have a safe night. Have a nice weekend or nice week, and have a nice weekend. Have a safe night.
Check a later, big dog.
Later.
Let's go.
Later.